Democratic New York politics now. We've got a great panel for that. The decision is in. Governor Cuomo's gubernatorial challenger Zephyr Teachout gets to keep her place on the primary ballot in September. This week, a judge ruled against the governor's bid to remove Teachout from the primary ballot. Cuomo's legal team argued that Teachout failed to prove that she met the state's residency requirement, saying that she didn't live in the state for the last 5 consecutive years. The judge found otherwise. Teachout supporters called the move by the governor frivolous, and now just days after the judge's ruling, Teachout is also getting a boost from the Public Employees Federation. The teachers union is throwing its support behind her for Cuomo's job, supporting her over the governor. Teachout says the Public Employees Federation endorsement is an act of courage and bravery by workers who have a lot at stake. She went on to say, today they rose above the culture of fear that is pervasive in Albany under Governor Cuomo. The governor and his old boys club better watch out. This challenge is serious and it is not going away. Not that we would have expected her to say anything different from all of that. Cuomo, by the way, is now appealing the ruling by the judge, continuing the attempt to knock her off the ballot. And I want to start with that appeal. I understand the challenge in the first place. It's politics. It's a bloodthirsty sport. But the judge has already ruled. Does Cuomo minimize himself by continuing now to challenge her and to try to appeal this ruling?
Well, I think, Marty Connor, who is the lawyer representing the governor, who was a former Senate minority leader and an excellent election lawyer, I think they believe there is a legal issue at stake here, taking politics aside for a minute, with this 5 years continuous residency requirement, because the judge found that she lived in New York, but whether sort of living in New York meets the residency requirement. This has been an issue in other races as well. This is not unique. It's not the first time it's been raised. It won't be the last time. So there are some real legal issues about what is residency, and I suggest that they're going to raise them and hope the Court of Appeals ultimately determines it. And in the process, though, they're giving her lots of visibility, which, you may think from a more cynical point of view is not to the governor's interest, but I think the governor's legal team thinks there really are some legal issues. I want to clarify one thing in your opening. The teachers union did not endorse Zephyr Teachout. They stayed neutral.
That's right. I'm sorry, the Public Employees
Federation represents white-collar employees of the state system, and I think the teachers made a very conscious effort not to endorse anyone in the gubernatorial race.
That one's on me. And yet, and a little surprising that the public employees workers that have to deal with the governor would decide to go for the challenger.
Well, look,
or not.
I can't speak for the Public Employees Federation, but what I can say is this entire topic is a sideshow. There's going to be a clear choice facing New Yorkers in November between Andrew Cuomo and Rob Astorino, who represent entirely different philosophies, entirely different priorities. And while everyone has the right to run for office, I actually don't think that the Teachout campaign is a principled exercise. I think it is an exercise in self-indulgence, because it's not really connected to any practical outcomes. There's no chance whatsoever it's going to be successful. It's not going to impact any policy determinations. It's not going to change anyone's life. It's not a serious candidacy. And, God bless Shelley for following the ins and outs of the residency trial. Life's too short.
I've been in them before.
The bottom line is this is not the real choice that's facing New Yorkers. New Yorkers will have a big choice in November, and that's the one that counts.
Well, I think I've been consistent on this already,
you have.
Andrew.
You have.
I can consistently say that I strongly believe that everybody at this table has a 3-to-1 odds at being elected governor more than Ms. Teachout does. It's just not going to happen. It's a complete waste of time. The only question is here's how she defines victory. A, getting on the ballot. Maybe at the end of the day she'll stay. I doubt it. But B, she defines victory in trying to embarrass Cuomo in terms of what type of vote, and it will just be a protest vote. No one's gonna, she's not a serious candidate. This is a waste of time, to be honest with you. There are many more important things we could talk about rather than this candidacy for governor, to be blunt and honest with you.
Well, now I wish we could set the clock back 3 minutes, Dom. We're going to take a break. Up next, the check coming due for New York City. It owes billions of dollars to its own workers. Why is the city's pension debt blown up so much? The answers might surprise you.